Hey guys, welcome to this video. So this video is going to be a little different. I'm going to be working on showing you guys how to create your own budget sheet. I'm using the iPad, so please let me know if you want me to do a tutorial on how to set it up with something else that is in the iPad. I can do it on the computer as well. I can do it on Pages with Mac program, Excel sheets, and even Google Documents. So please let me know down in the comments which ones you would like to see, but this one for now is going to be on the iPad. And the app that we're using is Keynote, once it decides to load. And this is how I create my planners as well. So I'm going to go to presentations, and we're going to click the plus button up here for new. And if you click the three dots again, you'll have wide or standard. We're going to do it on standard. And then you can just click basic white, my presentation. And I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more for you guys, just so you guys can see everything. So we're gonna go ahead and delete everything that's here. So all you have to do is you tap, and if you don't have a pencil, you don't need the pencil, you can just use your fingers. So you'll tap and then click delete, and that's it, the page is blank. So most of my pages are just white background. So to start with, you'll hit the little paintbrush up here, and if you want a background, you can change it up. You know, add any colors you want. For this one, we're gonna leave it white. And that's about it that I use there. So to start, I will hit the plus sign, and then I will hit the table all the way at the end, and I'm gonna click the third one down because it's the one that doesn't have any presets. So we'll tap that, and that's there. Now we have to think about how many sections we want. So normally we will do this. Let me look at the calendar. Or not the calendar, but the tracker. We're gonna create this page, okay? So, well, actually I can do all. So we'll create a bill tracker. I'm not gonna do the envelope. So we'll create a bill tracker and then the budget sheet. We don't really need an expense tracker or envelope balance. Yeah, so that's about it. So we will do the bill tracker and the budget sheet. So I will add that onto here. So we're gonna do bill tracker first. So just for me, I like to type the name. So you'll click on the third option up here. I'm using the pencil just so it's easier so you guys can see. You'll have 4 different boxes. So these are charts, or these are tables, these are charts, these are other, and then these are images. So we'll click on I'm gonna call it other. And then you'll add a text, hello, text, yeah. I'm gonna drag that up here, double tap it, and then open this, and we'll call it bill tracker. And I will also link what I make now. I'll link it down in the comments below so you guys can download it as well. And I'm gonna double tap it again, highlight it so I can change the format. So again, I'm gonna click up here, the paintbrush, and it'll bring up like the options to change everything. If not, you can click style, text, arrange. So we're gonna do text, we're gonna do font, and we're gonna change the font to something that we want. I've been using Futura, but you can use anything you want. And then we're gonna leave it black. We are not messing with the line space, or we're not messing with the line spacing, columns, margins, or none of that, but we're gonna increase the size. We can bold it if we want. And then to increase the size, you just have to hold it down and just wait until you get where you want it to get. So not that big. About there. Now, sorry. Something quick is to click the little 3 buttons here. If you scroll down, you'll have guides. Click on guides and make sure that all 3 of them are selected. So what this does is it'll help you center things and not have it, you know, somewhere else. For example, if I click this, and if I didn't have the guides and I wanted to center it, like my luck, it'd be like here. But if you just drag and move, you'll see the yellow line. I don't know if you guys see it. If I zoom in, It's that yellow line right there. And that's telling you that it's centered this way. And then now if you just drag it up and down, well, we're gonna zoom out. But if you drag it up and down, actually it might not center it there, but if you were to do the middle, you'd see the other line as well, letting you know that it's centered there. But we're just gonna center it up here and that. Okay, sorry, had a message. So we were centering this is centered. Now we're gonna zoom out again. And then if you need to zoom in and out, you just use 2 fingers and you drag in and then you drag out pretty much, but we're not gonna be that far, so we're gonna be about there. Now we're doing build trackers. So we need to double tap here because we have to name our headers. This one will be due, and then this one will be build name. This one is amount, right? We're gonna see here. Budget. We're gonna call this budget. Actual. And then we need to add one more column. So to add that, we're gonna hide the keyboard, and then you'll have this option show up. If it does not, you can just click on it once. If you click the equal sign or the 2 lines here, you'll get the option to add as many rows as you want if you just click that. If not, then you can just click on the table, click on D, you just click insert, and then that's it. And then we'll just change the text over. We'll do actual and paid. Now we need more rows going this way. So we'll just click that. And I just counted my bills and I did about 27 if I'm correct, because I had, I believe it was like 24 different bills, but you just type. I think you can, like, yeah. So you just type until you get to wherever you want to get. So we'll do 27. And then you see how everything is unformatted. So we are going to tap on the page. Once you tap on the table, you'll have these little blue dots. And what they allow you to do is they allow you to move the table however you want. So this is at like any direction. This is just left to right, and this is just up and down. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna extend it as far as we want. And we're gonna do there. This one, we can do there. And then that's it. So when you click here, it'll select the whole table. Now we want to click the paintbrush and we want to decrease the font size. So we're going to do, that's about right, 17 looks fine. And then we'll click here again. Nope, type out. Okay. Now we have to format the columns to how we want it. So due date is too big. So we're gonna click on A, and then you'll see this little 2 lines right there. You'll click on that and just kind of like drag where you want. So 50 is kind of good. So we're just gonna drag again. That's 51. What I haven't been able to find is how to like select these 2 and have them move together. Unless you do, let me see if this works. No, I don't think you can select multiples. If you guys know, please let me know down in the comments, but I haven't been able to do it. So I've been kind of eyeballing it. The next one, you'll click on the table. Bill name's kind of fine. So we're gonna wanna do budget. Budget, we want it smaller. So we want it about there. That looks good. So I'm just gonna click it again and move it just so I can see the number and try to get actual the same way. So that's about the same. It was 89. So what I forgot is that if we don't do this one to where we want, we get stuck there. So I'm gonna undo, 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 undo. And then we're gonna extend this one. And I think that's good. Now we're gonna do budget, and we're gonna extend budget to 100 to 102. We're gonna extend, or not extend, but decrease this one. Actually, okay, 102, and we're gonna decrease this one. Okay, we did 45. Now we're gonna select the entire table, and then we're gonna click the last blue one again, and nope, sorry. We're gonna click this and drag it over again. And you see how the yellow line shows up? It means it's centered. So it clicks there. So if we wanted to make it bigger, we could again tap the table, click on this, and just drag. So this is actually 130, and this is actually 130 now, or 129. And that's it for this page. If you guys wanted to make it kind of like I did and I put 2 in 1, we would just click the table, and then you would use this and just kind of like select, or not select, but put it where you kind of want and to fit the other on the other page. But for the sake of this tutorial, we're gonna leave it as its own sheet. So that was it for the bill tracker. Now we're gonna click the plus sign down here. You're gonna scroll to the bottom and click blank. Now we are going to work on our budget sheet. So what I added new is I added this pay up here, kind of so I can keep track of when this budget sheet is for, which I mean, I can kind of guess what it is because it's the first one, the second one, but I wanted to see it. So we'll move over. Now, we'll click the plus sign and we will start with the text. So up here, we're gonna move that up here. And we're just gonna place it where we want. It's not centered, it's not using any of the guides. We're gonna double tap, which opens up our keyboard. And we're gonna put pay, space, shift, and then underscore. Nope, we have to shift, underscore. And just keep doing it like that until however long you want it. Then I'm gonna hide the keyboard. And then once you hide the keyboard, it'll turn into this so you can edit it. We're gonna use the paintbrush. We're gonna change the font size. I'm gonna use Futura. We're gonna click the paintbrush again, and then we're gonna make it smaller. 19 is about good. Okay, so again, now we have another text. We have, you double tap it, income. Double tap it, or you don't even have to double tap it. Now I just realized that now. But font, Futura, this, and we can leave it that size. So we're gonna just place that up there, and then we're gonna add the other text just to kind of get that out of the way. Expense, hide the keyboard, paintbrush. This was size 30, so this will stay 30 as well. And then Futura, and that was it for that one. Then we had cash envelopes and sinking funds. Double tap, cash envelopes, hide the keyboard, paintbrush, font, Futura. That's it. And then one more, text, double tap, sinking funds. Paintbrush, I've always double tapped, so I just learned that now. But font, Futura, and that's it for that. So now we're gonna start with the tables. We are gonna click the plus sign, then you're gonna click the table, and then again we're gonna use the third one down that doesn't have any sets. But if you swipe, you can choose what you want. If you want a blue header, green, and it'll do the top row and the left column, or however you want, even a total bar at the bottom, which we could do. So to change it up, we could possibly do I don't like it. So that's something that you guys can play around with. But to delete something that you didn't want, you would click the O. So you'll click on the table. If it doesn't show up, then you can click on the little O and then just delete, because we're gonna stick to basic. And we're gonna use no. Okay, this one. All right, so we're gonna use this blue button down here just to make it smaller and extend it. And then we're gonna move income. And we're just gonna eyeball where we want it. and that's the tricky. So sometimes it'll think you're trying to type, and then just kind of move it where you kind of want it. And then expense, and if you move around, you'll see little arrows. So this arrow here is trying to tell you that it's the same distance as the top one with income, and it's trying to copy it. But I'm trying to look for this one, which means it's centered. Then we're gonna do cash envelope as well, and this means it's centered with the others. And sinking funds just has to match this one, and I did it that way because I had a lot more sinking funds. It's not centered with income yet, but we're gonna hide this. So income has to go a little bit more up. We're gonna go there. No, actually we're gonna bring it down. We're gonna leave that there. Now this, we're gonna extend a little bit. And then expense, we're trying to find the centered line. And then we're gonna scroll up. Or not scroll up, drag it up. Now for income, bringing up this, I use category, budget, and actual. So we just need 3. So I would tap this, tap on D, and delete. Now I click 1, category, budget, actual, and then you hide the keyboard. Something that I forgot to do on my bill tracker is if you click 1, it'll highlight the whole first row. You'll use the paintbrush, and then you can kind of format it how you want. So again, we're going to be using Futura. We'll go back to cell, and I think we'll bold it. Maybe not. Maybe yes, we'll bold it. And we'll leave it just like that. And then we will actually do these as well. So that's done. Now we just have to rearrange because budget and actual are too big. So we will click category, click on A, and then just drag this to where you want it. This we can extend a little bit more. So then now we have to click B and extend that. Now we just have to see the number where this is at. So 108. So this is not 108 then. 97. So that's about right. Now I'm like tapping over here. Oh my God. We're gonna tap outside of it. We're tapping this again, and then we're gonna use this to kind of just do that. And then I'm gonna bring this up a little bit more. All right, leave that there because it was centered. So now we have the expense. We're gonna drag this up, and we're gonna play around with it to get the center line right in the middle of income. So there. Now I would just, nope, it went away. And I'm just dragging up, and that's it. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy this. You would just tap it and then click copy, and then tap the screen, and then tap it again, click paste. And then we're gonna just there where we want it. And then I'm just trying to base it all on this. So I have category, budget, actual, so that's what we have. And then you can add as many lines as you want. So income, I normally add more because I have sometimes more than just 2 incomes. But for this, we're gonna do 3, and we're gonna delete 1 row. So we're gonna delete just to make it smaller. And I'm gonna just scroll this up just like that. And then we're gonna raise expense and then raise the table. Expense, I'm gonna leave it as 4. Actually, I think we have to add, I'm gonna do the total and the remaining as well. So we're gonna add 2 more. So we're gonna click on the table, add the plus line, or not the plus sign, sorry, like the equal sign, and then tap twice. And then we're gonna click on the table, and we're gonna drag this bottom bar a little bit down. But now, because we're going too far, we're having no space for cash envelope, we're gonna have to click on the entire table, click on the paintbrush, go to cell, and we have to decrease the font of the entire table. So 16. Now we'll do that up here as well because everything has to kind of match. 16. So we'll click this and then we will decrease it a little bit and we'll do the same up here. And then we'll raise that, raise that as well. And then cash envelopes, it's centered. We'll raise it there and then we're gonna copy this, tap, paste, and drag it, and that is centered. So for envelopes, I'm just copying category, budget, actual, that's what I have. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we actually need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I did 6 and then plus 2 more. So we're gonna tap this, we're gonna click here, we're gonna do 2 more. So looking at it, we can see that this font is too big. So again, we're gonna hide this just so I can click on this. We're gonna click on, we're gonna click on the whole table, paintbrush, mess with the font some more. So 12 it is. I feel like, I don't know why this is bigger. Oh, because income's higher. Okay, so we're gonna raise income up. And we're gonna leave it there. And then we're gonna actually raise pay as well and be right in the corner. And then income can go high. Expense, we'll raise it a little bit more. Stop opening. It thinks I'm typing because I'm clicking too much on the actual lettering. And then cash envelopes. I'm trying to find the centered line again. This can raise up a little bit more. Then we'll use this blue button down here and just increase this a little bit. Now this font was 16, so we're gonna raise this 16. And then we're gonna raise the table a little bit more to then use the blue to drag it down. And that's it for that one. And then we have sinking fund, so we're gonna click on this, copy, click over here, tap again, paste. So we are gonna try to match sinking funds with the top line where income is. So we're just playing around with it. It's trying to center it with the bottom instead of this. So for easier, we're gonna do this and just kind of drag. There. And then here, we're just gonna place it where we want to. I'm gonna drag it all the way down. And I'm having it like equal, match this. And we'll have it about there. Now a little bit more there. So we'll click the whole table and I slightly moved it. We're gonna click this sign down here and we're just gonna add as many rows. We're gonna take 2, so that's 24. That's about 22 sinking fund categories that you can have. If you want more, then you can just raise it up more, which we can do if we do this. Yep. And then we can click here and just add, do 25. And then now we'll just do our totals. And I think, you know what I forgot is I did 3 incomes. So we're gonna add one more table here because we need our total. So we're gonna double tap that last cell on the left and we're gonna put total. And then we're gonna type this. Then you're gonna click on budget. And I'm trying to use my finger more so you guys can kind of follow along if you don't have the pencil. And then click the blue and you'll drag the blue over to cover both B and C. Now, if you have the paintbrush open, you'll just click on cell. If you don't, then you'll just click on paintbrush, click cell. Cell border, you're gonna click this, and then you're gonna type all, like, everything. Then you're gonna do border style, and you're gonna click table styles 3 points, and it goes back to this page, and then you're gonna make sure the color, and you're gonna make sure that it's black. And then you can just tap out of it, and you'll get that. Now for total, we'll tap total, and it should be right in cell, but if it's not, again, click the paintbrush. We are going to do the text, and we're gonna click on this one to align it to the right, and we're gonna bold it, change the font size to Futura, and there we go. Now, as you can see, it's kind of like cutting a little bit, so we're gonna increase the size a little bit more down just to make it more centered instead of right under there. So, because I can see that I have some space down here and not up there, we're gonna play around with that. So we're gonna tap this, so just make it full screen. Tap this a little bit, or move this a little down. Move this as well. And then we're gonna click on the top one and click on the little blue and just extend it. And there you go. And then we would just copy these, the last row. So you're just gonna click on total, drag the little blue over, click copy, click on the next set of table that you want to add that to. So we're going to click again until we get the cell highlighted. Click one more time, click paste. We're going to click the table, then select one more time as the cell, and then we're going to type one more time for paste. We're going to do the same on this one. So, and come on. And I forgot that we're doing it on the wrong spot here, so we'll go back and fix that. But up here, we're gonna do on 24. We're gonna tap paste because this is remaining. So we're gonna tap again. We're gonna paste this, and we're gonna change total to remaining. And the only reason why I did remaining is when you do your budget, you do your income, then you have your total amount. Then you calculate your expense, and you have to know how much money you have left to calculate your cash envelopes and your sinking funds, because you want to make sure you pay your bills first, then your cash envelopes, and then you fund your sinking funds after that. So income is fine, expense is not. So what we're going to do is we're going to tap up here and tap and tap. I think it's 3 taps and your paste. And then on total, we're just going to double tap again to highlight the text and change that to remaining. Hide the keyboard. And then we'll do the same cash envelope. So we'll tap once, it selects the table. You'll tap again, it selects a cell, and then you double tap. Wait, nope, sorry. We'll do that again. So you'll tap the table, then you tap one more time, it selects the cell, then you'll type one more time, click paste. Now in total, we'll tap once, and then we'll double tap, and then double tap to remove total and type remaining. So again, you have your pay date, then you have your income. You'll type your income, what is it, budget, and then you kind of do towards the end. You don't have to do that right away. Then you have your expense. You put what I've been doing is, because I'm trying to fit it all in one page, I'll go back to my bill tracker, get my amount, and then go back to expense, put bills here, and then just put the amount, and then anything else that I have to track here. Oops, I moved it. Track here that wasn't in my bill tracker, then I'll place it here. Then you'll total it, and you'll get your remaining balance. Your remaining is this minus your total income. Then you'll get your cash envelope, add your stuff, total it, and then this minus this remaining. And then we'll do sinking funds and same thing, and it should equal 0 if you guys are doing the zero-based budget. If you guys are adding the remaining to savings, then you can, that's all on you guys, you do that. So something that I forgot, so if I'm looking at it, just like eyeballing it, I can see that cash envelopes is centered in between both tables, expense is not. So we're gonna tap expense, and this is just because it's bugging me. We're gonna move this just like that. And if you saw the line under the income table, it was centered now. We're gonna go back to bill tracker, because I forgot to do the total here as well, and then the title here, or not title, but bolding the first row. So we're gonna click on the table. You're gonna click on 1, click on the paintbrush. Font, we're gonna do Futura, and then we've been doing bold, and then we can leave it like that. as you can see, it's cutting in. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna click the table, raise it a little bit, and then we're gonna drag the blue down. That seems better. And then now we have to add the total. So because I still have it copied, we'll click here on bill name, click, click, click again, paste. And this page is kind of meant more as a checkbox. If you guys want to drag that over, then you just have to select that as well. But it's just like a checkbox. And it's unformatting again. So we're going to select the whole table. We don't have to click that. I don't have it because of Excel. But we'll click that and then we'll just lower the font size. So 14. And we'll do 15. Nice. So we'll click here. And then because it's cutting out, we're actually going to delete a row. So we're just going to tap on a random row that isn't the bottom one or the top one, and we'll click delete. It's fixing. So we'll do one more, delete. And there you have it. So here we did our bill tracker and then our income sinking funds like budget sheet. Now to use it, all you have to do is click the three little dots, and then you can either click export, share, or print. If you guys are using a printer, you can just click print. It'll ask you how you want to do it, print builds, print backgrounds, this. But what I do to make it easier and to kind of format it into a sheet, we're going to click export. Then we're going to do PDF. And then I don't select comments because I don't use comments, but I did print builds and print backgrounds, and we're going to click export. I'm going to have to blur that out up here, but this is like my text messages. And then it's just going to ask where do you want to save it? If you want to copy it, if you want to print, save to files, open in GoodNotes, print with HP Smart. So we're actually going to print just so I can show you guys. Okay, so I got my sheets. I wanted to explain something real quick. It printed out this way because we have it set up that way because I'm using it more for digital. I'm not printing it out and using it as an actual sheet, because if I did, then I would just print it out this way down so I can actually use it, you know, as a notebook if I wanted to use it on a clipboard and stuff like that. But sideways makes it bigger. And this is how the sheet turned out. Now, something else that you can do if you want to change the format, but I think you might have to reformat everything, and we will play with that now because I've never done that before. But we'll click the three dots up here. You'll go down, you click document setup, and then you'll have themes and you have slide size. So if you click here and then we change it to 3:4, it's gonna use it in an actual sheet. So again, it's gonna reformat everything, but if we click done and we play around with it, we're gonna start with bill tracker. So we're gonna move this. Actually, before I do that, because I was gonna give you guys access to this as well. I have to save it. I just printed it. But we're gonna export this. We are gonna save to files, digital planning. We're gonna name it budget sheets free printables. I'm sorry guys, I thought we were done. So document setup and then slide size, we're gonna change that to 3:4 and then press done. And then we're gonna move this out of the way. So we're gonna click bill tracker and we're just gonna move that and center it. This as well, we're gonna move it and center it right there. And then we'll click this and just drag down. And because now it's going the long way, you can add more rows. And then we're just gonna do, nope, this one. We're gonna drag it a little more to the right and then center it. Now I'm gonna click the entire table and then decrease the font size so paid can fit. And then we'll click we'll click total, and then we'll move it to this side. Oh, and then it's moving everything. So we're gonna click 1, we're gonna center that. And there you have that. Now I feel like these two aren't the same, so I'm just gonna tap D, just tap here, move it slightly 100, move it slightly 100, yes it is, okay. So that's it for the bill tracker. Then you have the income sheet. So here, we're still gonna try to fit it all in one page. We're just gonna move sinking funds to this end and just go like that, drag this down. We have our category budget actual. We're just gonna select the entire thing, and then we're gonna decrease the font. And then same thing for pay. So you're gonna raise this up. Income, nope. Income, we're gonna do it over here, and then we're gonna raise this, and then we're gonna drag it down a little bit. Same thing for expense. Come on, move up. And then drag it down. This is all if you're trying to keep it in one page, kind of like I've been trying to do. Only because I don't want like 50 different pages, and we're just gonna drag that down. That looks good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna select the entire thing and then decrease the font. So this we did to 15. We'll do that. 15, we'll select this one. 15, we'll select this one. 15. And then we'll center these. And then we'll move pay over to the center. We'll move that over later. So it's centered there, and then we'll do we have to decrease the size of pay. We'll leave that right in the corner. So this is if you want it in one page. If not, then you would just have to move sinking funds in table over to a new sheet. And how you would do that is you would just click the plus sign, click the blank, and then to select what you want, you're gonna have to, and this is, I am still playing with this. It really bugs me how it sometimes doesn't wanna work. But you'll tap once, like try to tap, nope, that's not what I wanted. We'll tap sinking funds, and then you have to tap again, like softly, and then double tap as well this one. And now it selected both. You can either click group, oops, wait, no, that moved it. I have to do it again. So click sinking funds, and then you'll tap gently. Tapping, nope, see? And then we'll click the table. And now everything's selected. You can group it, or you can just copy it, add a new table, or a new slide, click blank, double tap, click paste. And there you go, and you can kind of just center it. And we're gonna, that's about centered. Now we just untap, select this, and then just center it. And there you go, you have your sinking funds in a new sheet. And this, just to show you guys, I'm gonna click the 3 dots. Export, PDF, that's how we have to print it. Export, and then we will click print. And then you click print. So make sure that when you print, you don't use the print one, because it will still try to print it off as a slide format instead of an actual sheet size. I don't know what it's called. So this is how it came out. I'm gonna turn off the iPad. You see how the tables are very light? It could actually be my ink because it's showing off greenish. I don't know if you guys can see, but it could be my ink. If it's not, you can just select the table and just kind of add the coloring. Kind of the same way we did with the total. And then you have your income and your sinking funds. You can make this a lot smaller. I am using a bigger iPad, so the screen is a lot bigger. And I actually don't mind it because I feel like it's been hurting my eyes when things are like this small. But it's not so bad. Now what to do with these pages. But thank you guys for watching. We set up the we just set up the bill tracker and our budget sheet, income, expense, cash envelopes, and sinking funds. I did this in Keynote. Please let me know down in the comments if you guys would like me to do this in another program. I can do almost any program you guys want. I'm pretty decent with computers, so I can show you guys how to do them in anything. I have Excel, Word, anything in Google. I'm like trying to think of the programs like off the bat. Just let me know down in the comments if there's any other programs you guys would like to see this done in, and I can definitely walk you through it. But thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to check down in the comments. I will make sure to link both of these. I will do this form, and then I'll also do the other one that I saved. It'll be linked down in the comments, and you guys can just download it for free. Let me know if you guys are using it, and please make sure to hit the like button, and please subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified when I upload next, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.